Hey everybody, I'm Aegislash and welcome to my top 10 Steel-type Pokemon. The Steel-type was introduced in Generation 2 and instantly became a problem for Rock and Ice types, and with the introduction of Fairy types in Generation 6, Steel-type now has another set of Pokemon whose asses it can kick. Steel-types are generally categorized by high physical attack power and high physical defense power and pretty slow speed. Yes, there are exceptions to these rules. I know there are plenty of Pokemon in this list that don't follow the rules. It's fine, but generally, as a rule of thumb, on average, Steel types, bulky physical defense, strong physical attack, slow speed, generally. And of course, as always, these are my opinions. If you don't like them, tell me why in the comment section, but don't have a bitch fit, right? We're different, I'm not you. Do you want to be this face? Exactly. So just have your own opinion and enjoy being yourself. You do you, I'll do me. But without further ado, let's get straight to today's list. Number 10, Bisharp. Now there's a bit of debate with Bisharp, whether it's pronounced Bisharp or Bisharp, because technically you could argue on my side of things that it's based on the chess piece of Bishop, so it's Bisharp, but other people would argue that the bi part of Bisharp is from the word bisect, which means to cut, as Bisharp would obviously be doing with its sword arms, but it doesn't really matter how you pronounce it, because if it's Bisharp or Bisharp, if I say either of those words to you, you are not going to think I'm talking about Jigglypuff, right? So it doesn't matter. But getting on to why I like Bisharp, it's simply because of its great attack power. It's a perfect example of what I was saying before with physical attacking Steel types. This thing packs a punch, and the fact that it can have the ability Defiant is a real bonus. Defiant of course means that if an opponent lowers any of Bisharp's stats, its attack raises 2 stages, which is pretty scary when you consider how much its attack's going to go up. Plus, being Steel and Dark type, it means that Bisharp has immunity to Poison and Psychic type moves, which takes a hefty chunk out of a lot of people's online competitive arsenals. And the one last thing I want to say about Bisharp, damn, nice shiny bruh. Number 9. Lairon. I can hear you now. Why not Aggron? Why didn't you put Aggron in there? Not even Mega Aggron? Why have you picked Lairon? Oh, shut up. Lairon is amazing. If you whack an Eviolite on Lairon, its defense and special defense become better than Aggron's. Okay, not as good as Mega Aggron, but Jesus, this thing becomes a machine. Literally a steel machine. Kind of looks like an armadillo, but isn't. Lairon for me is one of those brilliant middle stage evolutions where it looks cool, like it looks like a badass freaking tank thing, but I also find Lairon really cute and just, I kind of want to have it like a little puppy thing, a little metal rocky puppy. And of course, as slow as Lairon is, people would worry that Lairon can't get in a decent hit, but it does have the sturdy ability, which means that it can hang on enough to do a little bit of damage, and it's so worthwhile giving Lairon with Eviolite a go. And I just generally don't like the look of Aggron. I don't know why, I just don't like Aggron, and Mega Aggron is just, it's like putting lipstick on a pig. They've given it more armor. Doesn't mean it looks better. Number 8. Mega Mawile. This point on the list was actually reserved for Klefki, but then I took a look at Mega Mawile's stats and bam, knocked it out of the park. Like, yeah, Klefki can have Prankster, so it gets priority for status moves and can cause a lot of havoc with swagger and foul play and all that jazz, but Mega Mawile, oh my god. The thing gets huge power. So basically, it's got the bulk of Klefki, so it can survive quite a few hits, and Jesus, it's doubled its attack power. It's insanely powerful if you use it right. And it's kind of cute if you get aside the jaw things. I think Mega Mawile was one of the first Mega Evolutions that I actually looked at and thought, damn, it's pretty intimidating. For saying it's a Fairy type. You wouldn't expect a Fairy type to be intimidating, apart from Mr. Mime, but Mega Mawile somehow does it. And I love it for that, and I just think it's freaking great. Number 7. Skarmory. Hey look, it's the Iron Chicken from the Clangers! Does that count as showing my age? I mean, they have re-released Clangers right now, so it's kind of modern, isn't it? Who knows? But seriously, Skarmory is beautiful. It's so sleek and streamlined, and you can totally believe the Pokédex entries that say it can travel up to speeds of 180, 190 miles per hour, but wait! Its speed stat's 70. That isn't that fast. In fact, that gets outsped by a lot of things. bullshit. Now, Skarmory may well be the biggest bullshitter in the Pokemon universe, pretending it's faster than it is and telling everybody that it's so fast and then actually not living up to the hype. But Skarmory does benefit from things like Sturdy, which of course can keep it in battle that little bit longer, and 140 base physical defense. So this thing can take hits, as long as they're not special hits. I'm just saying, feel free to use Thunderbolt on a Skarmory. It's going to go down. But I do like Skarmory's appearance. I think it looks cool. I think it's shiny, where it ends up like gold with green wings is absolutely beautiful. And to be fair, there have been a lot of instances where Skarmorys have outsmarted me because I expect them to be faster than they are, and I make adjustments based on perhaps I'm facing a faster Pokemon, and then I completely get wrecked because it's actually slower and actually more powerful than I think. Skarmory. Touché. Number 6, Lucario. Now, I'm not going to talk about Lucario for very long because I've talked about Lucario before. I love it because A, it's a Gen 4 Pokemon and I freaking love Gen 4. B, it has worked its way up to being one of these signature Pokemon. Like I've said in a previous video, people might not know who Pikachu is, but people know who Lucario is, and that's so strange. Like, people can look at Lucario and be like, damn, that's a Pokemon. I know that Pokemon, that's Lucario. It's so weird. I have actually met people who don't know Pikachu, but they know Lucario. What is that about? I don't know. But it just shows the appeal that Lucario has to a wider audience, and that impresses me no end. Couple that with the fact that Lucario has pretty decent stats all around, but then, bam, gets a pretty good Mega Form as well, which has decent speed, which is something Steel types are often lacking in. So Lucario is a pretty versatile Pokemon, and I really, really love it for that. Number 5, Aegislash. Now, Aegislash is what I call the hypocrisy Pokemon. What do I mean by this? Well, you remember when Gen 6 came out and everybody gave the argument of, I hate Gen 6, the Pokemon are so unoriginal, like, they haven't even given us a lot of Pokemon, but the ones that they have are rubbish. Like, look at this one, it's just a freaking sword, what's anyone gonna do with that? But oh, look at you all using Aegislash in every single fucking battle spot battle I've ever freaking had. You all gave Honedge such a bad time, and then you bomb Aegislash so hard, it's unreal. Seriously, Aegislash has been a great Pokemon from the start. Why are you people only just discovering this? I love the unique style of Aegislash because of its ability stance change, where when it's using an attacking move, it changes into blade form, where its defense is 50, its special defense is 50, but its attack and special attack are 150. And then if you want to use King's Shield and protect for a turn, Aegislash changes into shield form, so its defenses become 150 each, and its physical and special attacks become 50 each, so it's weaker, but you're not attacking on that turn, so it really doesn't matter. But it's a nice, unique Pokemon. It's a unique paradigm for a Pokemon. Okay, at this point, 2 years later, everybody kind of knows what you're going to do when you send out an Aegislash. You're going to stance change, and then you're going to use a powerful physical attack, but everybody knows that Aegislash is kind of slow, so you're going to get defeated anyway, because we're just going to rock you up with a fire type or a ground type move or a dark type move. You've got no chance, Aegislash, but you are a great, unique Pokemon nonetheless. Number 4, Dialga. I'm sure that a bunch of you that know me are thinking, what, Liam? A legendary? On one of your lists? Are you feeling okay? Don't worry, I'm fine. Dialga is just great. I can't fault it. I mean, I normally don't really like legendaries because I don't feel like you should be allowed to capture the Pokemon that controls time. I think that's a little too dangerous. I think, sure, you may be able to defeat it, or defeat it to the point where it shows its respect for you and maybe gives you a key item or something you can save the world with, but I don't think you should be able to capture a legendary. But nonetheless, Dialga looks cool. It looks like a legendary Pokemon. You could look at that and you could go, I know that's no normal Pokemon. I know that thing is a legendary. That thing is like a god. Although it's not a god, I know Arceus is god, but it's like a god. It controls time. Can you control time? Exactly, you mere mortal. Freaking Dialga. He's got that shit covered. Covered in time. Doctor Who's got nothing on Dialga. Dialga will Roar of Time Doctor Who into freaking Doctor Who reference. Gallifrey, I don't know. Number 3, Mega Metagross. Now, yes, this is the second Mega in this list, and a lot of you are probably thinking, Liam, what's wrong with regular Metagross? You said in your Psychic Types video that you liked Metagross. I do like Metagross, but there's something I love about Mega Metagross. It's that it does everything Metagross can do, and then some. Like, Mega Metagross is fast. You have got to be pretty quick to outspeed Mega Metagross, and it's scary because it has high defenses, high attack, and high HP, and not to mention the speed. The thing is quick. For something so huge and bulky, I'm pretty sure Metagross has like the highest weight to height ratio of all Pokemon. Don't quote me on that. It's either Metagross or Mega Metagross that has that freaking accomplishment. And yet it's so nimble and so quick and so agile. This thing is scary. It's scary to be against something that is so powerful and yet quick enough to bam, take out pretty much any Pokemon. I'm putting you in the list out of fear, Mega Metagross. I just don't want any trouble. Number 2, Cavalier. Now this is a Pokemon that is slowly becoming one of my favourites. I've been battling with it for quite a few months now and I freaking love it. It's the best Pokemon I ever bred. It's powerful, it's defensive, yeah it's slow as hell, but man, put a Quick Claw on a Cavalier. It makes for some pretty good gambles, right? It's pretty much got all its defensive bases covered as well because it can learn Drill Run, which means it can take out fire types. If it does get that Quick Claw to activate on the first turn, fire types aren't generally a problem, which is good when you can protect against your only weakness, which is a 4x weakness. But everything I love is 4x weak to something. Generally. But I think Cavalier looks cool, it looks like an intimidating steel bug, and it's so freaking scary, and it looks evil, and I love that. And it just, when it comes into battle, it looks like it's gonna wreck. And we're still at a point where, apart from us, there are people that don't really understand Pokemon like Cavalier because they hate Gen 5 for whatever reason. And it means that when you throw Cavalier into the mix, they look at it like, oh, shit. What do I do against this thing? And that's where you reign supreme with it. Cavalier, you're awesome. Number 1, Empoleon. Empoleon is one of my favourite Pokemon. It's a water type, it's a steel type, it's got a ton of good defences, and it's quite a nice rounded Pokemon. Not rounded like Poliwhirl, although I do love Poliwhirl. It's rounded as in it's got great special attack, great defences, and decent HP. It's not got speed, but it's a steel type. Steel types are generally slow. But Empoleon can take hits and give hits just as hard, and I love it for that. One letdown is that its hidden ability is Defiant, when it's technically more of a special attacker, so then you have to kind of invest more EVs in attack than you would in your defences, because now you've not, you need to build up that power so you can actually give hits. And then, Empoleon, come on! Can't you have a Defiant ability that's the equivalent of Defiant, but actually powers up your special attack when your stats are lowered? Come on, help me out. But seriously, I love the look of Empoleon. It looks so cool and so regal, yet still so intimidating. It's just a fantastic Pokemon, and it's probably one of my favourite fully evolved starters. The thing is so cool, and it's definitely my favourite Steel-type Pokemon. Thank you everybody for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments section what your favourite Steel-type Pokemon are. And of course, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss another video from me. I upload them every single day. And of course, feel free to follow me on Twitter. That's the best place to get any updates from me is Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I have Pokemon AMINO. Wherever you want to follow me, just follow me. I freaking love you guys. But as always, until the next video, I'm Ace Trinilium. Keep on training.